of Stay Scheming League football. Playing the Bills. Have not played him in a while. Um, haven't watched much of his film from this season. I do know last time he played, he had a really good defense and a pretty balanced offense. So this should be a good game. My team is shaping up nicely in terms of personnel. After losing a lot of players from last season, I'm pretty happy with the shape that it's in. I don't quite have the same level of dynamic running backs like I did last season. I had 3 quick running backs. Now I got McKinnon, a thumper, and a couple of lower rated guys that are quick in the depth chart. Wide receivers looking pretty nice, coming along. I think I finally hit the route running threshold with my number 1 receiver. Oops, I misclicked there. Oh, that was a terrible kick. Lagged out on me. Alright, well, giving up field position right off the bat. That's no fun. Not too bad. 31. Almost the worst kick you could possibly have, and it only gave up an extra few yards. No big deal. Alright. So, let's jump right into this. See what his commitment to the run is before we worry about setting any sub packages. It's really something I should be doing before the game, but whatever. Nice. Kind of bit on that run there. Not really sure why. Alright, 2nd and 3. It's a good running down. So let's do this. It's not quite the full personnel, but gets us halfway there. At least gets 2 DTs on the field. Nice. What a play. That was all Bigley, number 29. Got a block shed and great pursuit. He's extremely fast. I'm sure that didn't hurt. Let's fix this personnel grouping here. Put Mingo on the outside and Tefla. There we go. Gonna blitz this middle linebacker here. I don't know why he played him so soft, but oh well. It's probably the one route that zone should have taken away. There's a hard flat over there. Just kind of soft played it. Really need to get him in a 2nd or 3rd and long type situation. So, see something like this. Okay. See that a little bit behind schedule. Hoping that Mingo can keep up his play from the last couple weeks. He had an amazing game last time around. Really, my whole front did. We'll see if that continues in this game. Oh. We dropped it. Good. Whew. Thought that was a pick for a second there. Okay, so this is the kind of down that we want him in. So that's good. We got the personnel we want. God. Oh, good play. I don't know why that guy would motion across like that. It's, the way they play zones, he would have motioned across, and at the snap, he would have ran across the field and covered nothing. Not sure how to prevent that. That's a good punt. And my playbook is fixed. For those that watched last time, there were some things I needed to take out and had not done so yet. That's no longer an issue. So make play calling a little easier. And I actually was happy to be able to cut down my playbook a little bit. There was a few more formations in there. There's actually still probably 3 or 4 too many shotgun formations to my taste. I really like to have a sparse playbook, if at all possible. Oh, I need to cut that just a little bit more inside. But what are you going to do? Let's see if he plays conservative here. If he backs off too much, I'll have a bubble to the wide side here. And if he's playing tight, which it looks like he is, a little audible. Nice catch. And that's just him beating the guy over top of him, which he's great at doing. Okay, got a sub here. Let's have him in that formation in case I want to run a sweep or something. Got to remember to be more patient on these stretch runs. He kind of over pursued with the linebacker, so there's a cutback lane there. But if you overrun the cutback, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. Oh, come on. That is absurd. He was so deep on that, somehow came back to play it. I would really like to see that fixed sometime soon. Alright, need to get some of our motion series going here. I have 4 different formations with this running back motion in it. I do a pretty good job of leveraging throughout the game. Probably could have kept going outside on that. Safety got blocked up. This is actually, I think, a pretty good play for this situation. Got a little over-under on the middle of the field with the outside receiver coming across and a post over the middle with a man beater on the tight end in case it ends up being man across, which is possible. Two plays where that guy's diving and getting the ball. Alright, well, it's unfortunate. Had a good read on that, but the linebacker's able to cover more ground than I expected him to be able to. This might be a bit left. Yeah, a little bit. Sorry, not a bad punt. Defense is doing well so far. I'll go back to that play I just ran later because he played it very aggressively underneath. I probably could have hit him over the top. I just didn't feel like I had time. It's one of those bluff blitz plays where, for whatever reason, they tend to. Oh, terrible animation. It's very unfortunate. It's a pretty good play call. A little bit late getting there. Okay. Got a buzz zone with the safety here. Green hammered down really well on that route. Now let's see if we can get we did cover 4 previously. Let's see if we can do this with a rat. Nice. Oh, Mingo, let's go. Getting involved early. And the rat was a spy, so we followed him out. Good stuff. Okay, good field position. Got to remember the next time I get the ball to change my defensive settings a little bit. We're 1-3 right now, so I need to get some quick, easy passes out there. Neither of us getting much in the way of a run game. One 20-yard pass. That was him. He was using the middle, using the guy that was on the running back in coverage. So that was an easy one. I think I have a counter set as my run audible here. So I'm counting inside zone and see if he cheats to strength. If he does, I could hit him with the counter. Doesn't look like he is. So we could actually just run this. Bringing the safety down though. Jeez, he might be in cover 1 again. Come on. Ah! Just needed a slightly better block to set there. We would have had something good going on. Might be a good time. On the left side of the field. Might be a good time to run still sweep. See how he lines up. Can always audible to a different play if I don't like the look. Basically just looking to see if he has a strong overhang. This looks like it might be covered. It's either... I think I'm going to go for this. 1 on 47. My defense has been playing. Put my thumper in. And just give it to him. I think it's a short one as well. Yeah, it is. Just going to fake a hot route. Fake some play adjustments. Alright, let's go, baby. Robert Kelly. My dude. Oh, I had a touchdown. Just needed another half second in the pocket. Dang it. He left a deep middle wide open. And the post on that switch was just coming open. It's unfortunate. Should have blocked the running back. He really wasn't doing much. He's on check and release. Not sure what he keeps adjusting. 2nd and 16. I'm already close to field goal range, although that opening kickoff I screwed up badly. I don't know if that means I have some lag, so got to take that into account. Want to take any risks in the kicking game. Nothing worse than missing a field goal and handing them good field position. Let's see if we can catch him in cover 3 or cover 4. This play is good against both. If I think he's in something else, I'll audible at the line. Yeah, I think he's probably... Ooh, it's 5 yards. Let's go. Yes. Changes things a little bit. Inside run has not been doing much other than that big Robert Kelly run. See if we can get McKinnon to the outside a little bit. This play's all about alignment. When they play a little heavier inside is when this play has a better chance of popping outside. And yeah, I like this. I like this alignment a lot. Oh, I just needed one of you two guys that's running free. Either of you pick up anyone, and that's a big play. Instead, 2 guys running free, neither one picks up anyone. That is incredibly frustrating. The kind of thing that just needs to never happen, especially when I know both those guys have very high block ratings. All right. Let's see what we can do here. And he overthrows horrifically a wide open guy. It's Andrew Luck. That should not be happening. Ugh. Wide open. I pass led underneath, and he threw it over his head by 10 yards. That is... It's a gift, and that's not what you want against good players. And somehow my safety, who had 1 man attacking him for a full 5 seconds, continued backing up to no one so that he could give up that huge play down the middle. That is disgusting. There's a level of randomness in Madden, unfortunately, where some games you'll see your guys make plays on things like that, and other games they just won't. And I think it's oh, great. I think it's a... Oh, what a play. Wow. What a play. So that's a perfect example, kind of stuff that you like to see, because there's, of course, an element of randomness to it, but it's a guy making a play, as opposed to the computer just forcing someone to make a bad play. In the case of QBs, like a great QB with, excellent ratings, just randomly overthrowing people for a huge interception, things like that, interceptions should happen because of bad decisions, not running good plays, making the right decision, and having the opposite happen. So I actually focused the running back on that, and they still let him go for 1,000,000 yards. Okay. This is going to be one of those games where players are not going to make plays. I'm going to need to compensate. That was a good play by him. Had to choose my safeties. I told him to play underneath, and neither of them came to sink down. So, again, I should assume for the rest of the game that my safeties are probably going to be playing extremely passive based on some kind of dice roll that happened at the beginning of this game, and plan accordingly. So you'll see me do that as the game goes on, including probably usering some of these plays just so I know I have some kind of fidelity in my secondary. Because right now I don't trust them to do anything. If that makes sense. That's 4 plays already where they've played it wrong. Ooh, here we go. Feeney said, who needs safeties when you got linebackers? Very nice play. Now what we could really use here is a chunk play. Our ticky-tack stuff is not doing much. So we'll go to one of our staples and see what we have. Nice. Well, you made something out of nothing there. That little juke move. Take it. We ran this for a huge gain last game. Let's see what we got here. Actually, not a fan. So he played it a little bit, overplayed it again, but the inside block was not a good one. But we got to find ways. When people are over pursuing with their user, you got to find ways to take advantage of it. This is a good example. So if he plays this the same as last time, I'm going to have Imam open, because last time he way overplayed the underneath route. It was man, and I liked the matchup, but it was not to be. What we got here? Okay. Let's see what this wheel post combo on the back side here. And my own guy tackled me about 3 seconds into the play. The defender was not touching me, but they would not let me move. As soon as I touched my offensive lineman, he sucked me into a O-line tackle that eventually resulted in a D-line tackle. So I don't know what to do about that. It's just going to be one of those games. I could feel it because my controller was vibrating. I immediately looked down and saw that suction tackle garbage that is an animation that doesn't even make sense and shouldn't be in the game. This game you're getting to see all of them. So that's what happens. And before the game it said something about it being a defensive struggle, so it doesn't surprise me that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Good fill. I was trying to play that gap, but the center got me, and I couldn't come off the block. It's got a pretty decent O-line. I'm going to have to start bringing some blitzes or something, I think. So you can run some robber and bring a guy. We'll do that here. Pretty good tackle. It would have been nice if he would have driven him backwards instead of taking him for 4 yards. But what can you do? If he's in 3 wide here, I'm probably going to go base and do a double inside backer blitz, which he is. So let's cue that up. And blitz Feeney. Bring this guy into the box late. Again, my safety's just playing so far over the top. Ugh. There's literally one man going vertical to attack him, and it's just going to be a game where he's never going to come down and play a route. So I'm probably going to have to start usering him, which is not something I like to do. But if you got a guy every play who's not playing his responsibility, that's probably the guy that you should be using. Okay. Late again. Oh my god. Green. So many plays you could make this game. So freaking many plays. And I told them to play underneath that time too. It's disgusting. Alright, I give up, Madden. I will use her. Nice free safety, as you are apparently commanding. Why is that so open? Both times he ran that, it was a hike throw to a flat defender with no one else to cover, and they just sink back. Did not tell him to play over the top. I'm going to have to start pressing. Get them to do anything reasonable here. Oh, look, a safety made a play. Let's go ahead and get a timeout here. It's a good chance, since it's 13 yards, he won't be able to get a first down. He might get a touchdown or whatever, but best to, if he does get a big play here, better it's for it to happen with time left on the clock. Obviously, that's not what we're hoping for here. Hoping to get a stop. Good play. Bigley with the tackle again. Well done. Oh my god. The guy who was the most outside, who should have been able to make an easy play on that after the throw, if you watch the replay, he ran back inside to get himself suction blocked instead of just taking the free angle. And I had him on a hard flat. So, perfect play call for that situation. But as you can see, the timeout was a good call, because now I have 1:11 left. Chance to do something with the ball. Maybe my the animation tide will turn at some point here, and I will start getting the benefit. So far it's been exceptionally one-sided, but that can change at any moment in Madden. Really, I'm hoping he'll hit me a couple times. I've wanted to hit me with cover one, and he hasn't in the times when it would have benefited me. Oh my god. 2 guys blocking him on the outside. and both of them looking good, and then at the last second, he gets some kind of insane zoom animation. He destroys my quarterback after I step up into the pocket. So we're at about animation number 10 now. That's nonsense. Still looking for things to turn around on that front. Okay, it's a solid play. He's playing a hard flat out there. My extremely slow wide receiver gives me lots of time to read that play, which is actually a benefit of having slower receivers, believe it or not. Oh, come on. That is terrible. He broke incredibly late on that, but instead of the ball being thrown so he could run to it, he threw it back underneath and behind his body when I was going the exact opposite direction on the pass lead. So, that is animation number 11, and we are in a very bad situation now. It's one thing that Madden needs to significantly improve. Guys that are taking false steps have got to be punished for it. As soon as he saw him go vertical, he took vertical false steps, which is when I threw it. At that point, there was at least 3 to 4 yards of separation with his body going the wrong way. And that should have been at least a 15 to 25 yard play because he was in all man and the man defender was playing it completely wrong. Instead, it's pick 6 because the false steps don't matter. And to be fair, I'm still getting used to playing on this game speed. It could be that this game speed allows an already bad issue to be even worse by giving people better recovery time. It'd be nice. Let's run this back towards the sideline. She's playing a weak box. We have no timeouts, but win something. Okay. That's not what we meant to do, obviously. Jeez. They won't have time to snap the ball. I think it takes at least 8 seconds. Jesus. Okay, so apparently it's 7 seconds, but it's lagging. The input is lagging when I'm telling it to snap, so it's reading it as me telling it to pass after the snap. Alright. Now would be a good time to get some momentum, which means we cannot return this kick, because when you're have a bad momentum in the game, the ratio of fumbles for touchdowns are like absurdly high. It's directly tied to having momentum being in one direction. I've actually had games where I've had 3 fumbles in a row in kick returns, with guys that have had no fumbles the rest of the season combined. He's doing a good job with this middle linebacker. He's everywhere with him. He's definitely overplaying. It's my job to punish him for that. And right now, I'm doing a terrible job of it. Yeah, again, he's playing outside and then false steps the entire way. I throw over his head, immediately can turn on a dime and go backwards without any gather, no foot pattern required. It's not good. It's got to be fixed. Madden's ever going to be played realistically. It's got to be fixed. Told my zone to play underneath on that, and they played the animation where they play over the top. So, that's annoying. This is, so far, certainly seems like one of those games where you gotta play out of your freaking mind to have a chance to win. And I am not doing that at this point. I'm playing very mediocre. Those two things combined is makes it very hard to win. Assuming he's going 3 wide here. Oh my god. 2 guys running step for step with this incredibly slow quarterback, both of which have much higher speed than him. And they can't catch him. So yet again, football is being reduced to animations by EA Sports. Incredibly frustrating. I was thinking about spying him there, but I thought it didn't really make sense, and it really didn't make sense in that situation, but he does love to scramble, so it's my fault. Let's get sweepers here. Just get better gap control. Strange call there. Don't think the look was there, but yeah, it's possible. Okay, thinking he'll probably run against this look. So bring the safety a little bit more into the box for support and slant to the left. Yeah, he does. Good play call. Had to respect the sweep a little bit. That's good play call. Alright. Pray for good alignment, which we do not have. Interesting call. Safe, which is probably 7 tackles by Green. It's, on paper, looks like he's having a good game. But if you're watching the game, you know that he is not remotely having a good game. He's playing terribly. And all I can do is, try to call good plays and hope that the animation battle turns around at some point here. So far, it's been very difficult to do anything that looks like real football due to just terrible outcomes that make no sense. Just got 6 in the box. I'm not running it here. Okay, it's about as positive of a play as I've had all day, quite frankly. Let's give him that look again, and maybe he'll give us a lighter box to run a draw against. If not, we'll dial up another pass play. Oh, can you please juke one guy? The guy was in the middle of a spin move when I juked, and I thought, if ever you're going to break a tackle, when a guy has his back turned to you, that has to be the time to juke him, right? But no. Perfect form tackle. Oh, jeez. Crap. I need to get the formation order in my book fixed because I needed to go to an inside run there out of that formation. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced this, but it seems like sometimes sometimes you set your audibles, and for some reason when you actually get into the game, it hasn't saved them, or it's like reverting to previous audibles for whatever reason. Oh, so close to a highlight play. Ugh. Had to give him a shot. My tight end is amazing, and he is definitely a vertical threat. Ooh, I don't think this is a good kick. Oh my god, the leg. Jeez. Yeah, I can't really tell when I'm playing, but some of this may be a result of lag. On my kicks, the lag is terrible, but it doesn't feel laggy the rest of the game. Who knows? I still don't know why, after all these years, Madden has still not taken the kick meter out of... kick meter and your connection should have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Yeah, there was a little bit of lag on that one. When I stopped and tried to plant my foot and hold left trigger, my guy just kept running. Classic. Okay. I think that was an accidental auto throw. And the guy was very slow to respond. It may actually be in my benefit to just switch to the D-line if lag is part of the issue. Last game, my front seven was block shedding like crazy to stop the run. This game, I've gotten, I think, zero like instant block sheds, instant run. Yeah, I mean, wow, just running into the trees and everyone is perfectly suction blocked. The line I was playing against last week was significantly better than this one too. His is mid-tier at best. His was top tier. Same guys, same pre-game drills. Very different results. I'm going to have to start going base against his 3 because if I can't win any block shed animations, then there's zero chance of stopping the run without going to base. Oh, of course. The time he makes a terrible throw, they let him overthrow it by 10 yards, so I can't pick it off. The struggle is real. These are all very classic Madden garbage issues that randomize games supposedly to make things more interesting. It's not how I interpret it. Notice when I overthrew, it was when the safety was playing deep. When he overthrew, the first and only time the entire game is when I was aggressively, for the first time all game, aggressively undercutting the route that I knew was coming. CPU made him overthrow. That is 100% not a coincidence. And it's something that just needs to not be in the game. I know I say that about a lot of things, but that's because it's true of a lot of things. part of the problem that's pervasive with a lot of these issues in Madden is the devs do not play the game, not nearly to the extent that you need to understand the game. The devs will not admit basic flaws that exist in the game that anyone who plays the game a lot knows are there from experience. For example, it's quite clear in Madden that there are pre-game dice rolls that act as modifiers about aspects of the game. For example, I've had games on All Madden where the pre-game dice roll affected wide receivers catching in traffic, and the entire game you could have as many as 30 to 40 deep passes in double coverage and 100% catch rate. Not exaggerating, not like 50 or 60, not a high rate, literally 100%. Games where your pursuit is affected by a pregame dice roll, so that both of you run for 350 yards on All Madden with mediocre offensive lines and no particular. And somehow 75 lets a guy go right past him to block no one. Yet another example of what I'm talking about. Bad animations forcing outcomes that make no sense. That guy's job, 100%, hit the guy in front of you. There is no other logic in this game that would suggest that he's supposed to touch anybody else. So why did he do it? He did it because there are pre-game dice rolls that influence animations to force outcomes. And when I say outcomes, I don't mean wins or losses. I mean forcing outcomes in the sense that it heavily influences the outcome of the game, aspects of the game, whether that's how certain routes are played, how certain players play in coverage or against the run, various other things. Heavily influencing the outcome of the game through bad animations. It's a good timeout on his part. Now that's not taking anything away from my opponent. He is calling a good game. And there was one play where, there were probably two plays where he did a really good job and just got me on defense. But overall, there's some of these animations are occurring at a rate where you're like, if it's one or two times, that's one thing. When it's now 15, 20 times in a single game, that's not sliders. That's pre-game dice roll nonsense. And it is 100% unacceptable. Very lucky. He's doing a good job of running man. These sliders that we're on now actually make it possible to run some man, which is nice because in the past man was, I would say nearly useless, but it wasn't nearly useless. It was completely useless. And running cover one was like you saying, hey, I would like for you to run a one-play touchdown against me on this play. I don't know what his alignment was there, but that was very strange. Alright, let's go to... Where'd that formation go? If I can find it... There we go. Good. 4 yards is a lot, especially in the red zone. But obviously I need to score a touchdown here. And that was not the right running back, which I didn't notice until it was too late. But oh well. This lag on kicks is terrible. Fortunately, it did not cost me a extra point. A start clicking really early. Oh my god, I clicked when it was like halfway down the meter. And we're going to need to get... I don't think what we're going to need to do defensively. Probably have to get... If we don't get a 3 and out here, then the next time around it's going to have to be... Oh, wow. All right. That would be an animation that I would normally see. Would not be surprised at, but this game, that actually is surprising. I think that's the first pass we've knocked loose, maybe the entire game. Just usually in this game happens all the time. My God, he loves to scramble. All right. Need to get a stop here. If he's watched my film, he knows this is the kind of situation where I normally would like to do some kind of a trap blitz. So I won't do that. That was not what I meant to call. Nice. We are going to use a timeout here. This time is precious, and it may not make sense to you, but my way of thinking is anytime during the, when you have 2 possessions that you have to get back, anytime they have the ball and can control the clock, they're going to maximize it, and you can always control it through non-timeout means when you have the ball. Oh, almost made magic happen. Oh, so close. Alright, at this point we should probably spread this out and go 5 wide? Yes. Yes, no, maybe so. Let's do this. Oh my God, it was wide open! And at the last second, he crossed my face somehow. Oh, God. I was going to break that tackle. Okay, so far so good. Can actually run that same play again. It's, I think, a decent play. Oh God. Very, very fortunate bait there. The guy in man dropped, and he was on man and so with somebody else, and he switched to the other guy. Good play. Good play, I think. I think he was in man. But his D tackle, I think. Oh God, this is just no block sheds. I don't know if you are watching this, but good God, like, not a single block shed. In the last probably 10 snaps against the run, I've gotten 0 block sheds. That is, unfortunately, the key in Madden is stopping the run. Gap control is how you stop big runs. Actually shutting down the run requires you to get some block shed animations. And when it is decided that you can't get them, you cannot get them. And a big hit. I did a big hit stick there, and literally he just stopped and grabbed onto him. Not even respecting the user input. That is terrible. Well, we live to fight another day. I think I have yet to ever have an undefeated season in Madden because, good lord. Look at number 11 on a guy with almost 90 block shed. That guy probably has 40 run block. Maybe 50. Just stonewalling a guy with 90 block shed. That is disgusting to see. That is something that just cannot, I'll say this for the 100th time, cannot be in the game. It just cannot. It is unacceptable, and it is not football. And it cannot be in the game. And that time he ran to a very stacked edge. We use our timeouts here and hope to get the ball with 2 minutes. It's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to this game. He's a really good player. I would like to play him in a game that's not so one-sided. That is a play. When you blow up that play, typically those quick inside zones, when you hit them in the mesh, that's like 80% of the time that's a fumble. Would I get that this game? Did not expect it at all, for obvious reasons. Oh, these zones are set to play tight, and they leave the easiest inside man open. Everyone played outside of him. That is disgusting. That is just awful to look at. So the way that I set that defense up was anticipating the possibility of both the run and 4 verticals, which is essentially what he ran. And the zones pretended as if I told them all to go to the sideline, essentially. Which is not what I told them to do. What kind of hit is that? Oh, jeez. What an embarrassing game. I'm actually shocked that the score is what it is. Like this game probably should be like 55-0 right now. Could be a whole lot worse. So I guess there's that, at least. Okay, can you please play your spot? Thanks. I would love to know how one offensive lineman is able to block 2 guys at the same time. It's an impressive skill. And I think he can just kneel it out. Yeah. Good game, Mr. Charles Burnley, or... yeah, Burnley. Well played. All right. Catch you next time.